I will say this energy does feel somewhat familiar to me. And I think that if you resonate with this, you may want to consider reaching out to your person, because there is a desperation in this energy that I am not really used to seeing from the DM collective. A part of me hopes this is just one person's DM, because it's sad and it's heavy. All right. I'm hoping that the message that comes through isn't as heavy as the energy I feel, but in case it is, I would just tell you to just guard your energy a little bit, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and we'll move these up. So, as we brace ourselves, what do we need to know? What is this about? Ace of Cups. It's funny because I'm not really focused on the cup. It seems to be the flowers on the lily pads that stand out, and it's like about the water. And I don't know why I'm thinking, my head is like, well, what do lilies need to grow? And I'm thinking about acidity, and I'm just thinking, our love is like water. And not everybody's love is the same, right? Some people's love is conditional. This feels like a desperate need for unconditional love. I think this person is struggling to think, to understand, to know which way to go. So let's dive in. Oh, I got chills. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay. I need your help. More than I need your help, I need your love. When I am running empty, you have this way of knowing exactly what to say and what I need. And I could really use that right now. You and I both know I am not in an ideal situation to be able to plan for my own future. I gave up a lot of leverage to get to where I am. I'm still working through whether or not I regret it. Though I'm smart enough to know that the fact that I'm questioning that at all means I probably do. I don't deserve anything from you. But you love me enough that you give it anyways. And I'm coming to you right now because I don't even know what that would look like. I just know that you're it. That the only thing that's going to get me back to who I'm supposed to be is you. And it's hitting me harder than usual right now because I'm in a situation where this shouldn't even be a problem. And I've made a lot of excuses for this situation and the people involved because I was trying to keep it all together for my own sake. And I realize now that's why I'm getting these results. There's something standing in my way. And that something actually promised to be a path for me. And when I think back to the reason I agreed to it and who I've become in the meantime, I question why I don't just walk away. Because it's not what I thought. It's not what was promised. It's not what we agreed to. And the purer parts of myself feel like they're fading away. Like the only time that they really feel strong is when I get those rare chances to be in your energy. And what remains are some of the worst parts of myself. The parts of myself that I went into these circumstances believing needed to be eliminated, somehow have become stronger. And I find that I'm beginning to hate myself. I'm hating what I've become. Because this was never supposed to be me. It seemed right, and at some point it did feel right too. But I'm starting to think that maybe there is some deception. Because something doesn't feel right. Instead of laying a foundation, all I keep experiencing is more and more and more and more change. And I'm told to just sit back and wait. But when I do, and it gives me a chance to think, suddenly I feel like I'm supposed to be going in another direction. And I think the reason that I want to talk to you over anybody is because I can trust you. You won't tell me to walk away just so that you can have me. And honestly, that is kind of like what I always thought of people, you know, that everyone wants what they want for their own gain. But I'm starting to get more and more that that's me. But that's not you. And when I sit with this, I start to understand things that I don't think I should understand. To think about things in a way that it doesn't even feel like me. And sometimes I can kind of get away with imagining what you would say or what you would do, going into a situation and just pretending that I'm you for a minute. And it feels more right than anything that I've experienced in years in those moments. But I'm so confused that I also look back at those times and I think, well, why couldn't I just be me? But even now, I remember asking what you would do and doing that thing and feeling like it was just right. And I didn't feel the shame that I feel in this situation. I didn't feel that. I felt like I had taken this big step forward. Why don't I feel like that here? Why do I feel like it doesn't matter who I am in this situation? That nothing will ever be enough. But then my brain comes in and it tells me just a little bit longer. But I don't feel right pretending to be them. When I do things their way, things just become more chaotic. It doesn't feel good. It just slows me down. And honestly, it makes me want you. It makes me feel like I need to get my fill and be refueled so that I can keep going on this other path that drains me. And after doing that enough times, I kind of feel like a fool because it doesn't make sense. Why would I keep putting effort into something that doesn't yield results? I don't know. But it's like I committed to it, and I don't know, something in me, it feels like if I don't finish this, that I'll regret it. Like if I don't go through with this all the way to the end, that it'll come back to bite me or something. It's like I'm afraid, even though I know that this is going to fail. And there's this small glimmer of hope in me that says maybe I'll just give up. And then I can call you and you'll know exactly what to do. But it's just a wish. Because I'm too afraid. It's like I've been boundary cordoned in, and this is where I'm going to be. And it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like me. But it's all I've got. And I know you would find a way to make it magical. And on the worst days, I get really hopeful. And I tell myself that the answers are right there. Like there's something in front of me. But when I can't figure it out, I tell myself that's just you talking. It's like I'm losing myself, and I will do anything to talk myself out of anything that makes me uncomfortable. But then when I get more uncomfortable with the reality, suddenly it's me against me. Suddenly, all I can do is ask myself, are you going to stay or are you going to go? And deep within myself, I hear a voice that says, go, run for your life. Because you know full well what this is and what it isn't. But that little voice, there's a louder one that comes right behind it and tells me that I am a fool. And that's my old way. The person I didn't want to be anymore. For a while, I had convinced myself that you were a part of my old life too. But I don't know if I can believe that anymore. I don't know if I'm so sure of that. Because even though I hadn't come to the realizations that I had before I entered this situation, when I was with you, I didn't feel like I wasn't me. How do you understand who you really are when you're trying to evolve? Which parts of yourself are really you, and which parts of yourself are just memories or mirroring or living up to expectations or whatever? How do I become the person I want to be and know which parts of my old self are supposed to come along when I feel like I threw my whole old self away? And nothing about this feels right still. I thought eventually, soon, one day, it would come to me and I would wouldn't even realize it. I would just suddenly feel like I was home, but that never happened. What do I do when I feel like there's somewhere else I'm supposed to be? And that in that place, I won't feel like I need to look this way and that, and I won't be unsure. I will just know. Why do I feel like I am supposed to know, that I am supposed to have control, that I am supposed to have rule and love, real love, not conditional love. It's like I can feel the healing in the distance. Why is this happening? You always know all the answers. Why? Why is this happening? I'm stuck. I can't get out. I'm getting nowhere. And I feel like I've been going in circles. And now I'm being told I'm not going in circles, that this is exactly where I should be. But I don't believe it, not for a second. I dogged my old self so bad that I forgot that one thing I'm good at is seeing people who are liars for who they are. But I think I've become so desperate to be a truth teller myself, and given myself such a specific view of what the truth is, that I've backed myself into a corner. And I'm the reason why my life isn't what it's supposed to be. Because I'm living a false life in a false reality. I'm hurting. I'm in pain. And I cannot stop thinking about us. That maybe I made a mistake. How do I get past this? How do I leave this place and find the light?